Welcome to your market brief for the week of March 30th. The U.S. is coming off a week that saw the passage of a massive rescue package as unemployment claims hit historic levels. The new week begins with the nation focused on the continued spread of the coronavirus and ongoing uncertainty about the markets. Let's prepare for more volatility with Stephen Roche. He is former chairman of Morgan Stanley Asia and currently a senior fellow at Yale University. We recently discussed his views on the numerous challenges facing the economy and if the U.S. is now in a recession. Watch this.
We're definitely in a recession. We can't mince words here. We obviously saw this explosive increase in new claims for unemployment insurance last week, and we'll see more of those this week and over the next several weeks. We'll get our first cut on the monthly employment numbers, and it's going to be terrible. And we're seeing estimates all over the place in terms of what this means for second quarter GDP. By way of perspective, the previous record quarterly declines were, I think, 10% in the late 50s due to a steel strike, 8% in 1980 due to credit controls. The numbers I've seen could be double, triple that previous record. And it will continue into the third quarter. There's no question in my mind. The slope of the recovery, we all want a V. Everybody wants a V. And the massive fiscal and monetary stimulus is aimed at producing that. But there's no guarantee that consumers are going to just, after they get the all clear sign, are going to rush out and start shopping and going out to eat again, and production is going to restart immediately. And so I'm more worried about a prolonged gradual healing, a U with a pretty wide bottom to it.
What's the biggest threat to the markets right now, do you think?
Well, I think the biggest threats is that when you have a crash like this, the market pros will tell you it's pretty common to retest those lows. We had a record rebound last week after hitting that low on Monday of last week, and then on Friday we gave back a significant amount of that. There's a lot of volatility, a lot of uncertainty. We have never seen a sudden stop in our economy of the ferocious speed of deceleration that we appear to be going through right now. And so how does a market as efficient as our equity and bond markets are, how do we really discount that sudden stop with certainty and effectively? And I think that remains a huge risk in the market climate right now.
That was Stephen Roche with Yale University. All right, let's shift to a preview of the coming week. Major companies reporting earnings this week include Conagra Brands and McCormick on Tuesday, CarMax, Chewy, and Walgreens Boots Alliance on Thursday. And then on Friday, we'll hear from Constellation Brands. On the economic calendar, we'll get data on the health of the consumer, construction, and manufacturing. We'll also get two crucial readings on the labor market, weekly jobless claims and March data on payrolls and unemployment. For more on the week ahead, I'm joined now by Jeffrey Weiner. He's chairman and CEO of Marcum, one of America's largest independent accounting and business advisory firms. Jeffrey, great to have you with us. Certainly an unprecedented time for so many businesses as they navigate their way through this new normal. What's sentiment like from some of the CEOs that you've spoken to, Jeffrey?
I think people are, they're concerned that that the impact these business closures are going to have on their business. I mean, this is the first time there's been government mandated business closures, and they don't know when they can open up again. So there's tremendous disruption in the supply chain. Companies don't know when they will legally be able to get back to work. They don't know the effect on their customers directly. So even, let's say April's a washout and we all go back on May 1st. This is not going to be a V. It's not going to be a quick down and a quick up. The economy doesn't start up as quick as it slows down.
I do want to ask you about that, though, because I was taking a look at your forecast from your notes, and you said it looks like the economy will slow significantly, if not grind to a halt between now and April 30th, with a full-blown recovery post-Labor Day. What makes you confident that we will see a full-blown recovery as soon as Labor Day, given the fact that, businesses are really hurting right now?
Well, as soon as Labor Day is not that soon. That's the beginning of September. So that if the current predictions can be relied upon, we're all going to be closed down through April. There'll be a slow recovery starting in May. It may be sector by sector, state by state, county by county, depending on what the progress of the virus has been. The summer is usually slow for business anyway, but it'll give people a chance for the economy to ease into recovery. And then I think there'll be so much pent up demand, and we would have had May, June, 3 or 4 months to really get the table set again for the recovery to start in earnest after Labor Day.
You mentioned supply chain disruptions. What are the extent of those from the companies that you've spoken to? And I also want to get your take on some of these companies, these U.S. manufacturers that have had to shift to building medical devices.
Well, first of all, the shift to medical devices hasn't been that long, and there haven't been a real lot of companies doing that. There are some companies that are seeing a short-term opportunity to supply any of these various governmental entities and healthcare organizations with some products, but that's a very small part of the economy. The supply chain disruption started in China when the virus started in China and China shut down. It's moved through Asia and other European countries, and now it's hitting the U.S. So it's a matter of, the supply chain is so interrelated that products assembled in the U.S. rely on components from all over the world. So it's a matter of when everybody gets back online. The supply chain used to be reliable. You'd place your order, you'd specify your delivery date, and everything just worked. As countries started slowing down and shutting down, there was disruption in manufacturing. There was disruption in distribution. So until everybody is back online with the reliability that was there pre-pandemic, there will be some juggling in the supply chain.
How concerned are you about the strained relationship between the U.S. and China?
Oh, I think that's an ongoing concern. I think the basic problem is you could never rely on data out of China. They tell us what they want us to know. But from my friends and clients who do deal with China, they're telling me China is back online as if the pandemic there is over. So, China's their least concern. It's all the other countries, whether it's Vietnam, whether it's India, whether it's Bangladesh, some of the other places that have become manufacturing centers. They're now going through similar things to what China did in January.
All right, Jeffrey, we have to leave it there. Really appreciate your insights. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great being here. Thanks.
And that's your market brief. Thanks so much for watching. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care.